right, in this video, what I want to do is show you how to code up enumeration types. Enumeration types are a fundamental type in Swift and in many languages, and you really want to take advantage and use them, although many times in early programming, people will just start using strings and comparing strings of different values, and that's just a recipe for coding errors and bugs and problems down the line. So let's jump into enums and see how we code it up. Hopefully you've watched the concept video first, so we will just jump right in. So to declare an enum, we start with the keyword enum, and then we hit space, and now we want to give our enumeration type a name. So this is going to be like a new name in the environment that we've built. So just like there are doubles, there's an int, there's a string, there's a bool, we're going to create a new one. And let's say we'll call it weather. So I've created this enum called weather with a capital W. Remember, types start with a capital letter. And then I'm going to do an open left bracket and close. And now I'm going to define the various elements that make up the weather enumeration type. So we're enumerating over a set of things, and that's what we want to define here. So for example, I could say, and they're going to be different cases. So you start with the keyword case, and then we could say sunny, that might be one. And then we can do comma, and then we can say maybe it's cloudy. Maybe it's a blizzard. Since I'm here in Chicago, that can happen. And we could say rainy. And now I've defined 4 different cases that this enumeration type can take on. And this is the easiest way to do that declaration. Now, if I want to come down and say, well, you know, I'm going to declare a constant for today's weather, and I'm going to say that it is of type weather. So now we've declared a variable, a constant, today's weather. It is of type weather. Notice we could have put int or string, but we said weather. So it's going to only be able to take on these 4 values. And we could give it an initial value if we wanted to here. So I could say equals, and then how do I specify sunny as an example? Well, one way to do it is to start with your type, weather, dot, and as soon as you hit that dot, you'll notice you get all of the completions here. So I could say sunny, and now I have declared a new variable of enumerated type weather, and I've given it the value of sunny. And to prove this, let's go ahead and print this. So I could say print today's weather. And now if we go ahead and run this, let's see what we get. Sure enough, we get sunny down here, showing that we did set it properly. Now, the other thing that's interesting is because I say colon weather here, it knows that the type is weather. So literally I could do a dot here, and because it knows it's of type weather, and now it knows that we're going to do one of these different cases, it's giving us those cases right there. So we could do sunny as well, and now that's the same thing. If I rerun this, I get sunny again. So typically the way you're going to use enumerated types is to make decisions based on their values. That will be a common case. And so what I'll do is take this print statement out, and I could say if today's weather equals, and now I'm going to choose between these 4 different things. So I could say dot blizzard, and then I can do open close paren, and I can say it is a blizzard outside. Now, if it's not, else, we could say print weather pretty good. We'll say anything that rainy, cloudy, and sunny, that's better than a blizzard. So now if I ran this, again, it's making this comparison here because we put sunny, we say weather is pretty good. If I put in dot blizzard here and I run it, I should take that case, it says it is a blizzard outside. So this is how we can make comparisons based on this. Now, again, if you watch the concept video, the reason this is good is because We're not comparing against strings of different values. If somebody had a string called, let's suppose we said, let today's weather be a string, and let's say we said sunny, well, let's say blizzard. And then down here, I say, well, I've got to compare against that, and I type in blizzard as an example. If I build that, notice I don't get a build error. Everything is fine. But even though I've set it to blizzard, when I run, it says weather is pretty good. Why? Because this was spelled with a capital B, this was spelled with a lowercase b, and they don't match. And this is exactly the type of code that you want to avoid. So if you find yourself making decisions based on string values, usually what you want to do is think about it in the context of an enumeration type and use that, because the enumeration type is not going to let you do this incorrectly. If I back up to where we were, so we have weather.blizzard, note I can't misspell this and have it be, if I say .blizzard and hit build, I get an error right here. It says, hey, weather doesn't have a blizzard. And so it's catching it right now, right at the beginning, rather than waiting until you run it and then wondering why things don't work. So we've got the help of the compiler here to do this.